Helldivers 2. I've had my eyes on this one for a little while, and if you've had your eyes on it too, you know that launch day might have been a little rough. But do I have faith that the devs are gonna fix the game? Is the core game good? Let's dive in and find out. Alright, just to be clear, get this out of the way, this is not a review. If you do want to see a review where I get into all the minutia, all the little details, make sure you subscribe, ring the bell, do the YouTube algorithm stuff. You'll be notified when the full review comes out. This is just a way for me to get out my initial impressions and feed the algorithm a little bit. All right, cool. Let's start our conversation at the part that probably jumps out to most people when they look at the trailers or the marketing for this game. The tone that this world takes is incredibly schlocky in the best way.
In this time of need, Super Earth once again calls upon her mightiest, bravest, most obedient heroes, the Helldivers.
The voice actors go all in, so when you're, aiming down your sights and shooting at bugs, they are screaming out lines about spreading democracy and freedom. It is like completely over-the-top patriotic, and it absolutely works. When you get into the tutorial, there's a guy who's narrating your experience for you, and as you go through, he's not just doing the standard let's set the tone for this world, get on the ground, grunt, let's see you move. It's more like,
we're about to encounter democracy's sworn enemy, recruit. There it is, the Terminid, the scourge of liberty. Arm yourself and show that bug the true meaning of freedom. Jedi precision.
it is so extra. What would the kids say? It's giving 80s patriotism, something like that. But they absolutely nail that tone, 100%. Not just in the cutscenes, but it carries over in the gameplay. And the gameplay as well really nails everything that the trailers and marketing would lead you to believe that they're going for. This is one of the few games that I've played where co-op doesn't just mean you and your friends standing in a line shooting at something, right? Oftentimes games make this mistake where co-op is just, instead of shooting something by yourself, you're shooting something with a friend. This is actually what drew me to the game in the first place when I saw the trailer at the Game Awards, was this aspect where there's a character who has a bazooka, and after they shoot the bazooka, another player character has to run up and reload the bazooka for them. It's not something they can do on their own. And that's what I mean when I say Helldivers 2 goes all in on actually being co-op. You are actually reliant on your friends or whatever other randoms you get partied up with. When you have a gun and you're shooting at enemies and you want to reload your magazine, that mechanic works the same way it does in real life if you've ever handled firearms, right? Your remaining bullets in that magazine don't transfer over to the next magazine. So if you fire off like 2 bullets and then decide to reload, that magazine that you just took out of your gun, all the bullets are wasted. Similarly, when you're completing objectives or using computer terminals or calling down, they call them stratagems in the game, these things like airstrikes, you have to manually put in a little punch code. And it's really cheesy and cute. It's literally just like a little sequence that appears on screen, and it'll be something like a fighting game combo, like up, down, left, right to call in an airstrike, or down, right to push a terminal forward to the next process. These mechanics, they're cheesy and they're fun, but they fit within the tone of the world. And I was talking to one of my friends about this actually when we were playing together, and I had an epiphany. I realized this is so much better than a loading bar, because normally what happens in a game is you run up to a terminal to launch a missile or open a door, and a loading bar comes up and you just wait for the door to open. But this, there's actually, it's more time sensitive and it's more pressure put on you because you have to get the sequence right. Otherwise you have to start over again. So it's like they took out loading bars while still keeping that aspect of loading bars in, that you have to wait. But it's up to you, if you can get it done quickly, or if you mess up 3 times, it's gonna take a long time. That kind of stuff works really well here. Okay, let's get to the part that a lot of people issue with, and that is the live service aspects. and microtransactions present in the game. Now, I understand why people are upset. I understand that like having those present at all is a big turnoff, but let's just dive in. Let's explore it a little bit and you can make your own choice. This game does have the dual battle pass system that we've seen in a lot of games. It's kind of popularized in Fortnite, where there's one track that every player is on, and then there's another track where you can earn rewards if you pay a little bit extra money. Now, normally people are pretty rightly averse to this, although I think we often look past it in free-to-play games, which is not what this is, right? This is a full $40, which is less than your standard AAA game, but not free, right? However, I will say the free track on the battle pass, they call them war bots in this game, which I could take or leave. The free track has much more rewards than the paid one. I think the paid one has like 3 pages of rewards and the free one has like 8 or 10 or something, which means there's a lot to grind for, even if you are not paying that extra premium price tag, which I think is really good. Now, if you still don't like the live service aspect of that game, it's fine. You know, I'm not saying that you have to buy it, but I definitely wouldn't let it turn you off from enjoying this game. I know right now with the whole Suicide Squad release, everyone's really down on the whole live service thing. I will say it's a monetization model, right? It's not like an inherently bad act. And I think the way that they do it here, at the very least, it's acceptable. And I think some people, if you're okay with live service models, I think it's actually pretty decent. I'm not gonna lie. I actually think that. One thing that's not acceptable though, that I have to be honest and I have to include in this video, is some of the issues that some players experienced on day one. Now, I bought this game on Steam, I'm playing it on PC, I have an NVIDIA graphics card, I have an Intel CPU. If you have a comment about that, just keep it to yourself. I don't care, I don't want to hear it. But I will say, for me, I was mostly fine in terms of, I don't think the game ever crashed for me, even once. I did have issues with matchmaking because I tried playing the game on launch, like at 1 a.m. right when it came out. If you want to see more stuff like that, go follow me over on Twitch where I do all that kind of stuff live. Plug out of the way. There were some matchmaking issues which persisted even after a day one patch, although the day one patch I would say diminished and got rid of most of those. Now I think there's another patch right now as of the time of this recording that I have not yet downloaded. If it fixes everything and if it's a huge update, then I might pin a comment down below. But I would recommend that if you are going to play it on PC, that you look up the Reddit, look up on Twitter, see if people are still having issues, see if it gets fixed. If you have a PS5 and you're going to play this game, I think the performance is pretty good from what I've heard. I do have a PS5. I didn't buy it there. I do have another friend who has a PS5. I don't think he had any issues day one. I think he had no crashes. We were able to get into a game together. It was totally fine. Okay, this video is getting a little bit longer than I wanted it to be, so we'll stop it here. If you want to hear me talk about this game more, I will be doing that. I do want to put out a full review for this game. There are plenty of questions that I'm sure you still have. There are questions that I still have that I have to spend a little bit more time with the game to see if I can answer, and I'll report back in a little bit. As of right now, though, I would strongly recommend this game. I think it's a lot of fun, whether you have friends or not. I think the matchmaking seems like it's getting patched up, and I've had a lot of fun with complete strangers. That sounds... I'm not sure about that. Overall, though, I'm having a lot of fun. I strongly recommend this game. If you've played, go ahead and let me know what you think down in the comments. And if you're on the fence, go ahead and feel free to ask me questions down in the comments. Look forward to chatting with you guys there. And yeah, god damn it, I'm done with this video now. Yes. Okay, I'll see you guys later. Bye.